Do you even know what the blockchain is, Judge?
It's like a series of tubes. It's like a series of tubes.
Kind of. But it's also the Wild West in there. And when something's happening in the blockchain, it's actually not illegal.
All right, we're gonna call an expert witness who knows all about the blockchain. We have a couple experts who are just out of frame. But before we talk to them, I would love for you to explain what you think the blockchain is.
The blockchain is a sort of a place that doesn't exist. It's like a cloud space where it's sort of the Wild West. You can kill people.
You said Wild West.
You can kill people. You can buy drugs. You can do whatever you want, and all the money's crypto.
So you're saying it's like a physical space you can go?
No, you and I can't go there, but our data can. Our computers can.
Our computers can go there.
Yes.
Okay. I want to talk to an actual expert. I want to talk to somebody who knows a little bit more about computers than you or I do. So let's go ahead and Bailiff, are we prepared to meet this witness?
Yep.
Great. Hi, could you please state your name for the record?
Hi, my name is George. Sorry, it's Magnus Michaels.
Do you go by your middle name, right?
I go by George. My father called me George. I was the third Magnus Michaels.
Understood.
But I'm a blockchain expert.
Great. And Mr. Michaels, can you maybe edify our jurors in the jury box and perhaps even our defendant what exactly the blockchain is?
So blockchain, essentially, it's ones and it's zeros. Mm-hmm. And what those
Don't nod like you know what he's talking about.
He's cooking, Judge.
You don't fucking know what he's saying.
He's cooking. Ones and zeros, binary code, Judge.
Okay. My apologies, Mr. Michaels. Continue.
Please, call me George.
Sure. George.
So it's a series of it's ones and it's zeros, and it's a place one can store information.
Okay, all right. I feel like I sort of follow. And if one were harvesting data, for example, illegally, is the blockchain a place where they could put that dubiously acquired data?
You're asking me?
Yes, Mr. Yes, George. Yes, I am.
Thank you. Sorry, it's just nice to be called George. People always call me Dr. Mike. Anyway, yeah.
They call you Dr.
To
Mike?
answer your question, they call me Dr. Michaels.
And you feel like that's too formal?
Well, for students, I think it's weird. It's weird to call me George, but I don't know. I like to meet my students, like to get to know them. You know.
Okay.
I'm a hands-on teacher, so.
You
Sure.
never love to hear that.
Yeah, hands-on kind of give me the creeps.
Yeah. That's fair.
Anyway, George, the question was, I just want to make sure we get this on the record for our stenographer. The question was whether somebody who was illicitly harvesting data would be able to store that data on the blockchain. Is that something that might come into play?
Yes.
Great. Thanks, George. I feel like that's pretty much all we need from you. Is there anything else you'd like to add to the record before we release you?
I had a great time here.
Great, thanks. Make sure we put that in the record. You're free to go. Thank you, George. Now,
Oh, like George Michael.
what?
Like the singer.
What about him?
The name.
What about it?
He goes by George Michaels. It's like the singer.
No, sorry.
Oh, he's back.
I don't. It's just George. It's just George.
Oh.
Okay, one word, like Beyonce,
Cher.
like Cher, like Zendaya.
Yeah, I mean it's Dr. Michaels or it's George, but no, you can't combine them.
Got it.
You could, someone could.
Yeah, but can you just make sure the record says it's just George? Just George.
I mean, this whole conversation's in there now.
Okay, so it's George. Thanks again.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Mr. Fibonacci, the information is here for our jurors to do with it what they will. But I want to
tell he's telling the truth because his name is just George
What?
and not unjust George.
Very good, Bailiff. That's a good one.
I don't get it.
He's saying his name is just George as opposed to unjust George.
I don't understand.
Unjust meaning in the sort of legal sense of like an injustice. It's unjust.
But he's saying his name's just George.
Right, so he's saying that you could tell he's telling the truth because if you were lying, it would be and now that I'm interrogating this a little bit further, injustice and untruth are not necessarily synonymous.
He would be honest George.
Right. So never mind, Bailiff. I actually retract my compliment. What you said doesn't make any fucking sense.
And if he was asking questions, he would be curious, George.
Now that we can agree on. Mr. Fibonacci, I want to give you an opportunity to make any closing remarks before our jurors have an opportunity to sentence you or to reach a verdict as to your guilt for the matter of, once again, harvesting data illegally.
I'm a simple man. I'm a small business owner. I developed an app that lets you know where a woman is. That app's incredibly powerful. It's currently number 482 on the App Store right now.
Wow.
I feel like also, just for the record, we didn't get deep enough into the nature of the app you created. When you say it lets you know where a woman is it a specific woman or is it just the nearest woman?
Women writ large. You know Waze, how it has like a cop is coming?
Yeah.
So this is like, it's like a map of your town.
And it's
then
like a
there's
woman is coming.
There's like, here's where all the women in your town are.
Right.
Honest man, small business owner, just trying to hustle, just trying to grind. And now I'm on trial because I made a deal with Palantir to get everyone's data so I know who all the women are and where they are. What kind of country have we become? What kind of country have we become where I can't use illegal data to figure out where women are and tell people that? I don't want to live in a world where that's illegal. Closing
Are you
remarks
drinking a
done.
Modelo?
Yeah, man.
Have you had that this whole time?
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
Okay.
Closing remarks are done.
You shouldn't be doing that in here.
Is it against the law?
No, but it's uncouth.
Well, then I guess I can.
Okay.
Ooh, cooking on another app right now. Where are you allowed to be drunk? It's like the Pokemon universe. And you know how in some parts of Pokemon where you can't walk, it's like a different texture?
It's like a bike path?
Yeah, it'll be like a different texture if you can't walk over it.
Yeah.
It's like that, but it's like you can't drink here. It's a school or a hospital.
Okay, I feel like you know where schools and you know where when you're in a school or a hospital.
But it's just like good info to have. It's like,
why?
I'm about to walk into a hospital. I better.
You need to
I
look
better
at your
cash
phone to be
this.
like, oh, I guess the building I'm about to walk into is a hospital.
I have Google Glass on, Judge. I don't need. My
You're
phone.
guilty.
What?
Yeah, the jury has entered their verdict and they have found you, Mr. Fibonacci, guilty of data harvesting.
Wow, that's a shame.
It seemed like you were going to say something after that.
No, it's just a shame.
Okay, I agree. I wish
I
it
guess
weren't
I'll
the
take
case.
all this information I know and go to prison.
Your punishment is no women ever.
What?
Yep, no women for you. Sorry.
Even if I know where they are?
Yes, especially.
Well, I guess I'll take all the information I have and go to the prison. Hey, does your wife still get her hair cut at Supercuts?
Hey, you're not supposed to know that.
Well,
yes.
She shouldn't have let Palantir find out because I have found out secondhand.
Damn it.
I guess I'll go to the prison and talk to all the prisoners who are soon to be released and say, hey, this guy's wife gets her hair cut at Supercuts.
To be clear, you were not sentenced to prison. You were sentenced to no women. You
Well,
are allowed
still,
to leave.
What's the one place there's no women, Judge? A men's prison.
Touche. All right, get the fuck out of here.
Can I have a cigar?
No. You think I have a cigar to give you? Even if I did, why would I give you a cigar?
If you had one.
You're guilty.
All right, fine.
Get out of here.
All right,
We got to start the show.
I'll be back.
I'd hope not. Folks, welcome to the Now York Superior Court. My name is Judge Learned Hand, and I preside over the courtroom here today, but I can't do things alone. I need your help, my beloved viewers at home. Today, you're going to be serving as our jurors, as you just did, deciding the fate of some defendants who have been accused of crimes that they may or may not have committed. You will decide whether they did, but you can also get involved in a variety of other ways by submitting evidence and stuff like that. You'll figure it out if you're new here. If you're not new here, teach the new people how it works. You can also subscribe to the show. One of you already did that. 2 of you, or 3 of you, already did that. Thank you so much to everybody who's subscribing. If you subscribe, not only will you be helping us hit our goal, you'll also get to submit a crime or accuse a certain town criminal of a crime, and we're really hoping to convict this asshole. It's, of course, Michael Crime. Yes, Michael Crime has once again been exonerated of all previous charges. He's loose. I know. Well, we're going to get him. Tonight, we're going to get him. I am sure of it. If we accuse this guy of enough crimes, one of them is bound to stick. Thank you, Jean-Claude Van Halen, for the subscription. Every time you subscribe to the show, you can submit an additional crime against Mr. Michael Crime, and God willing, one of them will stick tonight. We already have a single charge against Mr. Crime today. Of course, it's not subscribing to Everything Now Show, which, I'll remind you, is a felony in this jurisdiction. So if you want to stay on the right side of the law and you want to help the show, subscribe to the show. Surreal Chemist says they let you control the show, but if you do it too much, they get mad.
True.
That's exactly right, and it's up to you to figure out where that line is.
We will not give you a hint.
We will not tell you. Awesome Sauce, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Generally, if you're giving us money, we're not going to get mad. But if you do it in the wrong way, watch out. With all that housekeeping out of the way, I suppose it's time now to meet our next defendant. So if you would, please, defendant, take your place at the podium and state your name and your occupation for the record.
Hi there, I'm Darren Shumsky, and I'm a stay-at-home father of 6 beautiful boys.
Very good, Mr. Shumsky. I wish we were meeting on under better circumstances, and hopefully your children will see you walk out of here a free man, exonerated of the crimes for which you were accused.
I hope to God they don't see me. They better be at practice right now. They're all quarterbacks.
They're all quarterbacks.
They're all quarterbacks at different high schools. I have them enrolled at different high schools.
That's got to be really complicated as a parent to do like drop-offs and stuff.
My day starts at 4 a.m. I have a perfect route around the whole city. I load them in, I feed them their bacon, and I send them on their way.
That's an incredible commitment as a parent, and I admire your parenting technique, Mr. Shumsky. In a moment, Bailiff, can we please solicit the crime so we can figure out what it is that Mr. Shumsky has been called in for? In the meantime, while we get our docket sorted and we figure out what exactly it is you've been accused of, Mr. Shumsky, can you tell me just a little bit about, you said you're a stay-at-home dad. What does your wife do?
My wife is a corporate attorney. She settles lawsuits. Actually, she does all the hoity-toity making money stuff, and I do the raising the kids stuff. These are actually her clothes. Why it's a little tight right now.
I see.
Wearing her fancy hat.
Yeah, I noticed it says dog mom.
Oh, we call her boys the dog. We call our house the dog pound.
The dog. Wow. So you've got sort of like a familial branding situation going on.
I'm gonna be the father of 5 NFL champions.
Wow. Ambitious. Now, I know I couldn't help but notice you mentioned your wife is an attorney, and yet you've decided to come and represent yourself in court today.
She's busy. Here's the thing. I'm freaking innocent. Okay. If there was a picture of innocent in the dictionary, it would be me 4 times laughing because this is a waste of my freaking time.
Well, Mr. Shumsky, that remains to be seen. We've found the crime that you've been accused of. Thank you, bailiff. It appears that you're being accused of match fixing. Yes, I guess with all the high school sports, there seems to be some implication here that you are fixing the results of those games in some way.
First of all, I don't need to fix a game for my sons to win. Each one of them is bigger than the next, okay? They are the only reason why Steel Canyon High was champions last year. Only reason why Valhalla High was 2nd place last year. Only reason why Oak Grove was 3rd place last year. Only reason why...
3 more.
Only reason why Creek Road High School was 4th place last year. Only reason why Fallbrook was 6th place last year. 5th place was a fluke.
I see, Mr. Shumsky. Well, you can't win them all. Now, I do want to get down to brass tacks here because you've got 6 sons, and I imagine you got to get home to them if your wife is busy doing corporate law. So let's take a look at the evidence you've submitted. I see here you've submitted at least 2 pieces of visual evidence. We're going to display them on this television screen right over here, Mr. Shumsky. So I'll direct your attention and our jurors' attention over there. And I just need you to explain how this image relates to your defense.
That's freaking Marcus.
That's Marcus?
That's Marcus, okay? His younger brother is the quarterback at Grossmont High.
This is one of your sons, Marcus.
No. This is Marcus. His younger brother's at Grossmont High. Marcus works at a pool.
Okay.
Not one of my sons.
Understood.
This is a pic. Look at him.
Let's pull him up again.
That's a man with vindictive eyes. He is the one spreading all the lies that I'm fixing the games, okay? He's just disappointed that my son at Steel Can High School beat him in the CIF championships this spring.
I see. So, Mr. Shumsky, your contention is that you're being framed
by Marcus. Sinclair.
I see. And now you've also submitted a secondary piece of visual evidence. We're going to prepare that.
They're in conjunction.
I see. Okay, so this image is related to the image of Marcus in some way.
I have no doubt.
All right. Well, let's have a look.
See that meme? That famous meme of Leonardo DiCaprio from my favorite movie, Wolf of Wall Street, I think.
Uh-huh. I thought that was Gatsby, but I'm not a movie buff.
Anytime I see him, it's the same movie to me because he's got me so captivated in his eyes. Like I want all my sons to grow up to look like him.
I see. So, and I couldn't help but notice there was huge text on that meme that said, "I am going to go missing soon."
Yes.
Is that text related?
Yes. That text is absolutely related. I submitted the meme because I can't find. Basically, what Marcus did is he made that meme, but he put my face superimposed on to Leonardo DiCaprio.
Can we have another look at that? Now that to me looks like Leo. You're saying that's your face?
I couldn't find the one that he made. So I couldn't find the one that he made. I'm not good at computers. I'm good at making bacon. I'm good at driving my sons to the freaking courts, and I'm good at being a husband. Not good at the internet. Okay?
Understood. Yeah, we can't expect everybody to be an expert in everything. But speaking of experts, we've got a witness on the stand right now, so I want to give them an opportunity to make their testimony, and then you'll have an opportunity to respond. So, Bailiff, are we prepared to speak with this witness?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Witness, if you wouldn't mind, please state your name and your relation to either the case or the defendant for the record. Oh, sorry, that's not you. There you are.
Hey, Judge, it's me, Marcus. You know I had to do it to him.
I freaking wish I could strangle him right
Mr.
now.
Shumsky, please. Mr. Shumsky, please refrain from making threats against the witness. You will have your opportunity to cross-examine the witness when they are finished testifying. Now, Mr. Marcus, can you state your relation to the defendant, Mr. Shumsky?
My older brother knows him.
I see. And Marcus, are you aware of the allegations being presented here vis-a-vis match fixing in the town high school football circuit?
Yeah, and I don't know anything for sure, but one day I came home from working at the pool. I'm a lifeguard. I save lives. And my brother had a sweet Humvee all of a sudden. I don't know how he got the money for a Humvee. Both my parents are nurses.
Okay.
It's a decent job, but it's not the money where you get your 17-year-old son a Humvee.
Is the implication, Marcus, that your brother got that money perhaps by fixing football games?
I don't know that for sure, you know what I mean?
Okay, well, then why are you saying it?
Because it feels relevant to the case.
Sure, but I guess my question is it relevant because you believe that your brother is fixing matches, or are you just saying it sort of apropos of nothing?
Here's what I know about my brother. He's the strongest guy in the world. He's the smartest guy in the world, and he can do anything. But his team's 8th right now in regionals. That doesn't make sense to me.
Marcus, I want to give our defendant, Mr. Shumsky, an opportunity to cross-examine. Mr. Shumsky, do you have any questions for Marcus?
Yeah, you have any desire to answer a question straight for once in your freaking life? You want to answer a question straight?
Mr. Shumsky, please refrain from asking rhetorical questions.
All right, I have a question for you, Marcus. Do you ever wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and be like, that's the kind of man I want to be? Is that Do you ever say like, yes, that's the man I want to be? I want to be this Marcus dude.
I'm 15 years old. I got plenty of time to become the man I want to be. I'm on the journey of self-discovery right now.
I don't know. I wouldn't accept that. I think you might have peaked.
You think I
Mr.
peaked?
Shumsky, please keep your remarks to questions for the witness. This is not an opportunity to dunk on the witness.
I apologize. You mind if I brought my son's favorite snack. Do you mind if I take a little snack break before I should probably ask him a real question. I might need my snacks.
Either finish cross-examining the witness or have your snacks, but you can't. We're not going to take a break for you to eat a snack and then continue cross-examination.
Let him do it, Judge.
This is extreme.
I'm ready.
Marcus, please. I am the judge in this courtroom. I will dictate the order in which things go.
Your Honor, I'll do both. I'll freaking do both. Okay, I can have a snack and ask a freaking question. These are my son's favorite snacks.
I'm sorry.
These are my son's favorite snacks.
Now from the bench. It appears like those are Zins.
That's what the box says. I like to eat them and then I pass out.
Okay.
It's a head rush. All right, Marcus.
Yeah, you on 3s or 6s, boss?
My sons like to do 6s. That's
crazy.
what I got right now.
That's so much for a teenager.
Yeah. But actually, I don't like
Damn,
citrus.
6, I'd go for that.
I'm more of a smooth. I got a bunch in my pocket, actually.
How are we not getting paid for this yet? I feel like we talk about Zins literally every episode on this show.
I brought one from each of my sons.
Damn.
Each of my alive sons. Anyways,
And they wanted me to throw those away before the show.
Marcus, did you like the Humvee?
It was pretty fun to ride around in. There's no roof.
Fantastic. My second question is, if someone gives you a gift, why would you snitch on them? Which has nothing to do with this case, by the way. I'm just like asking a question.
If it has nothing to do with the case, Mr. Shumsky, what are we doing here? I'm giving you one last question, Mr. Shumsky, and then we are excusing this witness. Use it wisely.
Which of my sons do you think I should invest most time in?
I would say the son that's currently first in the standings right now, right? Which one was he?
It's Darren. I named him. They're all Darren. Darren 1, Darren 2, Darren 3, Darren 4, Darren 5 is Darren 6.
Well, for Darren 1, I would say maybe if you invested the most time in him and even have your other 5 sons or 4, I'm not sure who's alive. If you have them blow their games so that Darren's numbers are artificially inflated, thus making college recruits think he's actually the best quarterback in the world, then maybe you could actually set this guy up to be pro.
Damn. You're smart, Marcus. You're
Thanks.
smart.
You
Maybe
know
I
I
should
have to do
add
that.
you to the team.
And when you say team, what do you mean?
Okay, this is not.
my-
Hey, order! This is not an opportunity to chop it up between the defendant and the witness. Okay, we're here to get to the truth as to criminal allegations levied against Mr. Shumsky for fixing matches. Now,
Damn, we're not
Marcus,
so different, you and I, huh?
Yeah.
me?
No, not you. We're so different. I'm nothing like you. I'll never be you.
Good.
I gotta echo that. I can't see you. You're respectfully, Your Honor. You're nothing like Marcus. Marcus
Fine.
is a bit of a snake, but he's cool. He's like He's rocking the pool uniform right now. Mm-hmm. And by
That is not what you wear in a pool.
this is what he wears when I go to the pool. When
That's
I go to
right.
the pool, that's what he's wearing.
That feels wrong to me.
That photo you saw of me earlier, that was me clocking in for work.
Okay, all right. You're excused, Marcus.
All right,
Get the fuck out of here.
I should go. I was in the middle of a
You
Heimlich.
should go.
I was in the middle of doing the Heimlich.
What? Okay.
I was gonna ask him to help me raise my sons.
Okay, you can do that after this, Mr. Shumsky, provided you're exonerated, because there's a chance you're going away for a long time, the way things are going. So, Mr. Shumsky, I'm going to ask you, please. You've submitted one additional piece of visual evidence for the courtroom. I'm going to ask that you direct your attention to this television screen and explain to me and the jury how it relates to your defense.
It's all in conjunction with the previous. Yep, that's my 5th son, Darren 5.
That's Darren 5.
No longer with us. Rest in peace.
You'll have to excuse.
He's with us. Hold on a second. You mind if I bring him up with me real quick? Do
I'm sorry?
you mind if I bring my 5th son up with me real quick?
It sounded like you were just about to say that he died, and now you're asking if you can bring him into the courtroom?
That's yes. Yes.
I suppose so. Yes, let's.
Oh my god.
This is incredibly unorthodox, Mr. Shumsky. I hope you're going somewhere with this.
Yeah. Well, I just I bring him everywhere with me. Is Darren
Oh
Five.
my God, that's awful.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
What is that? What do you mean it's awful?
That's your son's skull?
Judge, I think it's beautiful.
It's not beautiful, it's gross.
Thank you, bailiff. How do you feel? Do you have any opening schedule in your time to help raise 5 NFL?
Don't talk to my bailiff.
I'm
Okay.
interested.
I'm just overextended. I'm an overextended father. People don't talk about that. Being a father's hard.
Your wife's got to be making 6 figures. Why don't you hire like a nanny or something?
We don't want to hire nannies. We want people who do it for the love of the game of
What,
raising-
like a servant?
what?
Okay.
No,
Mr.
no,
Shumsky.
we want people who want to have the job. You know what I mean? Who like have an emotional investment in my sons. Of course, we're gonna pay them.
Okay.
We're not crazy.
Mr. Shumsky, we have to move on. I've got a big docket with a lot of defendants on it, so I want to give you an opportunity now to make whatever closing statement you'd like to make, and our jurors are going to vote as to your innocence or guilt. So, bailiff, let's prepare that poll. Mr. Shumsky, the floor is yours to make closing remarks.
Well, I think it is obvious that I have been framed. I do not fix games. I win games by raising my sons to be outstanding gentlemen, outstanding athletes. Every day, wake up at 4 a.m. I load them in the minivan. I load them full of bacon and I drop them off at their schools. I teach them how to win. And that is waking up, lacing your shoes, and doing the best darn job you can do, okay? I bring Darren 5 with me everywhere I go as a reminder that sometimes you can fly too close to the sun.
What do you mean by that?
Well,
How did he die?
how'd he die?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, blip accident.
Blimp act. Oh, so you meant literally you can fly too close to the
Close to the
sun.
sun. He won his the semifinals in his CIF championship, and as a gift, me and the wife we said you can do whatever you want. Darren 5 loved the freaking Hindenburg. That was his favorite.
He loved the Hindenburg.
That was his favorite historical event. And
You would think you would not want to go into a blimp after that.
Well, he's like, I could be the one to survive it. You know, I for my example, I also am a lover of history. I love the Titanic, and I go on big boats once a week just to test the odds. Once a week.
All right, your budgeting, your familial budgeting is way out of whack, Mr. Chumsky, but you're not on trial for that, and you're no longer on trial for match fixing. The jury has entered their verdict, and they have found you not guilty.
Damn right. Thank you so much. I'm about to go home and cook up some bacon for tomorrow morning. It's a lot of bacon. It's 500 strips.
500 strips. I would love to
Big
see.
boys.
I would love to see the budgeting books for this family with weekly boat trips. 500 strips of bacon every morning. 5 different high schools. A couple of them got to be private, just geographically. The bill's got to be racking
I
up.
cannot wait to raise those kids with him.
What?
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I felt the emotional connection.
All right, bailiff. Folks, 2 trials down, 1 guilty verdict, 1 not guilty. This next one will break that tie. And I can't help but notice we've got 10 subscriptions already. Thank you so much to everybody who subscribed so far. We're halfway to hitting our goal. If we get just 10 more, we'll head on down to the police station where you will have an opportunity to serve as an attorney for a suspect being interrogated by the police. Bailiff, do we have any additional crimes being levied against our town criminal, Michael Crime?
Yep. Yeah, we do, Judge.
All right, let's have a look at those. All right, so in addition to the crime of... Oh, and there he is. Just so we can get a better look at him.
Crime himself.
There,
Dastardly man
that
himself.
son of a bitch. Just look at him. I know he did at least one of these things. Now, can we move the camera over to the other side of the screen so I can read what he's been accused of?
You want me to pick up the camera?
Nope, I just want to shift the view so that we're no longer looking at Michael and instead looking at the charges against him. Thank you. He's been accused of not subbing to ENS and also told a terrible pun at a funeral. Told a pun is a sort of interesting phrasing. But I guess, yeah, like how you would tell a joke. Feeling froggy, which of course is a crime in New York.
That here.
Can't do that here. And trying to sunk his own peanuts. Well, I feel like we all pretty much know what that means, but folks, we need to accuse him of more crimes, okay? This guy has gotten off scot-free dozens of times. We cannot miss this opportunity to finally put Michael Crime away, so please continue to subscribe to the show and continue to submit crimes against Michael Crime. We'll be checking in on his rap sheet periodically over the course of the night. In the meantime, let's go ahead and bring out our next defendant. Defendant, go ahead and take your place at the podium, and if you wouldn't mind, please state your name and your occupation for the record.
Hello, my name is Gina Sanders. I work at the Joanne Fabrics counters, the fabric cutting counter.
You work at the fabric cutting counter.
Correct, at Joanne's Fabrics.
I see, Mrs. Sanders. Now, Mrs. Sanders, as I understand it, the Joanne's Fabric Company is in sort of financially dire straits. I think I just actually read a headline saying that they had filed for bankruptcy.
That is news to me, Your Honor.
I see. Well, maybe it hasn't worked its way down the chain. Nevertheless, Mrs. Sanders, I'm sorry, Miss Sanders or Mrs. Sanders?
It is Miss Sanders, Your Honor.
Miss Sanders, understood. Miss Sanders, you spend your days working at Joanne's. What else do you get up to generally to fill your time?
Is it Mr. Judge? Or is there a Mrs. Judge?
It's actually neither. It's Mr. Hand, Judge Learned Hand, but you can refer to me as Your Honor.
Okay, is there a Mrs. Judge Hand?
Well, there's a Mrs. Hand, who's my wife.
Okay.
She's not a judge.
Okay. All right, what was the question?
The question, Miss Sanders, was when you're not working.
You're striking out right now.
I'm not looking to date, bailiff. I have a wife.
Judge.
She's into you.
I have a wife, and technically I have a marriage.
Technically.
It legally speaking, I'm married to my wife.
Okay.
All right.
Bailiff, can you solicit the crime for Miss Sanders, please, so we can find out what exactly it is that she has been called into court for? And Miss Sanders, while we work on that, finding out what it is that you've been accused of. Thank you, Alicia Prepares for the subs. Can you tell me just a little bit more about yourself, Miss Sanders, what you do for fun here in New York?
I collect shells. Real ones. We sell fake ones at Joanne's. Well, they're real, but they come in a pack.
They're decorative.
Right. I collect shells. I don't live near a beach, but I travel to the beach constantly. I'm putting together an aquatic-themed bathroom. It's right now I have on top of the toilet I have jars of shells, so I'm working on that.
Oh, jar! I thought you said Jaws, which I was like, that is aquatic, but it's sort of scary.
No, it's jars.
Jars of
shells.
Shells.
Yes, shells. I use different kinds. The conch shells are my favorite, but I'll take any of them. I just found soaps. That are in the shape of shells. So those are the only shells in the bathroom that aren't actual real shells.
Well, Miss Sanders, you sound like an absolute delight. I sure hope that whatever accusations are being levied against you are illegitimate. But
You sound like a delight.
Well, thank you, Miss Sanders. Unfortunately, I can't be swayed by sweet words like that. I have to remain impartial, such is...
Judge.
Bailiff, please!
You need a wingman, Judge?
No, I do not need a wingman, bailiff. I need a bailiff who can keep order in this court for me. Do you think he can handle that?
I think you need a bailiff that can keep order in your heart.
Okay. Miss Sanders. Miss Sanders, I've been reminded now, I've checked my docket, and it appears that you've been accused of counterfeit shells.
Mm-hmm. No, I would never. I would never. I told you the only fake shells I have are the soaps.
Well, Miss Sanders, we actually do have a few reports of customers from the Joanne's Fabrics who have apparently purchased shells directly from you, I guess under the table, that you have assured these customers that these were genuine shells, and they later discovered that the shells were in fact made of plastic. So how do you square those allegations, Miss Sanders?
I want to be clear that I've never sold shells in a Joanne's. I passed out cards to my Etsy store where I sell shells there. I sell seashells on my Etsy store.
You sell seashells on your Etsy store.
Etsy store.
I
correct.
see.
But I've never sold them in the store. I want to make that very clear because I've been told by Linda, who is my boss, and hopefully she'll make an appearance today. But she has told me numerous times I can't sell shells at the counter. So I have cut that.
I see. So it sounds like, Bailiff, can we remove the graphic on the screen that says the crime? So it sounds like, and I would love if we could get Linda on the witness stand. Perhaps one of our jurors in the chat will call her to the stand so we can hear from her. But just to clarify
You'll
here,
hear from her. All she does is talk.
Miss Sanders, if I'm understanding correctly, what you're saying is that you did at one point sell shells. You did sell seashells at the store counter, but
I did.
stopped that practice at some point.
Yes, because she told me I couldn't anymore.
Understood. Okay. Well, perhaps these allegations, whomever may be levying them, it was an anonymous submission. They purchased one of these shells while you were still selling them at the store
But they
counter.
weren't fake. They weren't fake shells. So it's not true. It's just not true.
I suppose we'll give you an opportunity now to further your argument here by taking a look at the visual evidence you submitted.
Right.
We've got that on this television screen right here, Miss Sanders. So I'm going to direct your attention up here, and if you could just please explain to myself and the jurors how this image relates to your defense.
Right. Exhibit A. Those are my two children.
Those are your children.
Those are my kids, Tony and Jessica. And but before I sold shells, I did hair.
I see, sort of a Renaissance woman.
And then, well, that kind of took a turn, so I got a job at Joann's cutting the fabric. But I submitted this because I wanted to show you who I am. And I'm not a thief. I'm not a liar. I'm not some person who does bad art. I make nice stuff. I sell shells. I do hair. I cut fabric. I'm a girl's girl.
I see. So just to clarify the nature of the defense, you're saying that submission was meant to demonstrate you are a family, a mother, a family person, a craftsman, someone who wouldn't have it within them to
Judge.
commit a crime.
Okay, Judge.
Okay, I'm not trying to make your argument for you. I'm trying to make sure I understand the reasoning.
It sounds like maybe I'm your type.
Miss Sanders, please, I am technically in a marriage to my wife.
Okay, technically never stopped me.
Don't fumble this, Judge.
Bailiffs, please. Now, we've had a witness call to the stand. I'm not sure who it is. Perhaps it's Linda, perhaps it's somebody else. We're going to give them an opportunity now to testify, and then, Miss Sanders, I'll give you an opportunity to cross-examine the witness if there's anything you'd like to ask them directly. Bailiff, are we prepared to hear from this witness?
Yes, Judge.
Very good. Witness, please state your name and your relation to either the crime or the defendant for the record.
Hi there. I'm the aforementioned Linda. I see.
Hi, Linda.
Hi. Sorry, you're so handsome.
Please, Linda, let's try to keep our comments here related to the case.
Did you find out, honey, if he's married?
Linda, I don't want to do this with you.
Okay.
She's always, anytime I find someone at the store and I go, oh, he's so cute. Oh, and I try to talk to him. Next thing I know, Linda's talking. She goes, he wants to speak to a manager, and then I can't talk to him anymore when Linda's talking to him.
You can, first of all, I am just a bit more bubbly than you, so people want to talk to me more. And
okay, all right, ladies, please, okay, Miss Sanders, you will have an opportunity to cross-examine Linda after I'm through asking questions. Linda, if you could direct your attention to me, please. I'd like to know first and foremost the nature of your relation to the defendant, Miss Sanders. She mentioned you're her boss. How long have you been working together?
We've been working together for quite some time. I believe Bush was president.
Which one?
The second one.
The second one.
W. Bush.
W. Bush, the one that ate the pretzel, choked on the pretzel.
I guess that's what you know him best for.
Oh my God! When I saw the video of him choking on the pretzel, I was like, "Is he single?" Holy cow! I got to get myself to Texas.
Linda, please, if you wouldn't mind, help me understand. I guess here's a question. It sounds like Miss Sanders was removed from her role selling shells at the counter after some sort of altercation or some disagreement between you two. Can you help me understand what exactly it was that made you decide to take that responsibility away from Miss Sanders?
Well, unfortunately, Linda was a bit pushy at the counter, at the seashell counter. Linda, You know this. It's officially in your file. She would push her own business onto other people.
She's senile, Yana. She doesn't even know who she's talking to. I'm Gina, Linda.
I'm only a tiny bit senile. Stop telling people I'm full senile. I'm just a tiny bit senile. She was pushing her own business and making customers uncomfortable, so I had to move her from the seashell counter and put her elsewhere. I love her, Linda. She's my best friend in the whole gosh darn world.
That's shocking to hear, frankly. And also, you are Linda. This is Gina. Gina is the defendant.
I love Linda. She's my best friend in the gosh darn world.
She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. She can't say Gina's your best friend. Say that, Linda. She took it out.
No. Gina's my best friend in the whole world.
Linda, if
happy?
you are legitimately senile, that would probably disqualify a lot of the testimony you're giving
Not
here today.
legitimately senile, just a tiny bit senile.
What do you mean by that?
Just a touch.
Just a touch.
You got
when
a
you're
touch of the senile.
when you're 3% Native American, I'm 3% senile.
Okay, that is not an analogy I would make. Linda, I don't know if I feel comfortable giving Gina an opportunity to cross-examine you given the nature of your relationship and what is potentially a serious medical condition, but Gina, if you have any pressing questions that you need answered on the record by Linda, I'm going to give you an opportunity to ask one question.
Did you know that Joanne's was going out of business? Linda, don't do this.
Gina. Yes.
Oh my god. I swear to God! Are you kidding me?
I was afraid you were gonna leave.
Well, of course I'm gonna leave, because you know I could soar selling shells.
You're my best friend in the world,
Bullshit,
Linda.
no,
Gina,
I'm
don't
not.
raise your
You're
voice
Linda!
at me.
You are Linda!
Linda, you're my best friend in the
Oh my
world.
God.
Gina,
No.
stop raising your voice at me.
All right, Linda, you are excused. Thank you for your testimony. You're free to go.
Thank you. And if you want to get drinks afterwards, I'll be at the Shakey's down the street.
Okay, I don't, but I appreciate the offer.
That offers to the bailiffs as well.
Oh, a drink at a Shakey's.
All right.
Bailiffs,
I'm there.
okay, you do this later, somewhere else, okay?
Sorry, Judge, you mad I'm muscling in on your gal?
It's not my gal.
We can back off, Judge.
I'm not
Say
interested.
the word, Judge, I'll back off.
Do whatever you want to do, just don't do it in the courtroom. Miss Sanders, I apologize for the distraction from your case. Linda, you're free to go. Thank you. Miss Sanders, I want to give you an opportunity to make any closing remarks as to your guilt or exoneration for the crimes levied you're accused of.
I think it's clear that I was in an unhealthy work environment. She doesn't even know my name. She doesn't know her own name. Joanne's is clearly a poorly run company, has seen, apparently, that it's shutting down. And I would like to take this moment to say that starting on the July 4th sale, all of Sanders seashells on Etsy are 25% off.
Okay, so you're sort of using your closing remarks to plug your business?
Well, I'm apparently unemployed, so sue me. Don't sue me.
Miss Sanders, I hope these allegations, for your sake and for the sake of our community, are false. But ultimately, it's our jurors who will decide whether or not you'll be found guilty today of illegally selling counterfeit seashells. I just want to ask, if you are found not guilty today, what are your plans going forward?
I might go back to hair, I guess.
Musical?
No, doing hair.
No, she cuts hair. Remember when she showed that photo of her toot? Now, and also, we didn't get to spend a lot of time on that image that you submitted of what looked like your son and daughter being sort of combined at the hair.
Tied their hairs together.
You tied their hair together. What was the deal with that? Why'd you do that?
It's just, I don't know, it's something I thought was kind of nice.
Kinda nice.
Have you ever seen someone do that before?
I suppose I haven't, but I guess my question is like, to what end?
To the ends of their hairs. I'm confused.
No, I mean, okay. Bailiff, can we please put the poll up?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. Miss Sanders, in another world, in another life, had I not married my wife, I think perhaps we could have really had something.
Well, marriage is end.
This is a poem, Judge?
Is what a poem?
Well, you just said you rhymed a little bit.
No, that was not supposed to be a poem.
It's romantic.
But the jurors are entering their verdict now. And so in a moment we will find out whether or not Gina is guilty in that she sells fake seashells down by the seashore. And as a reminder, I don't think she ever said she sells seashells down by the seashore. In fact, I think she said specifically that she doesn't want to live anywhere near the seashore, but was allegedly selling the seashells out of the Joanne's fabric sort of under the table. Nevertheless,
I have tried selling them at the seashore, but
how'd that go?
I mean, you're surrounded by shells, so who's buying
And when you
shells?
say them, do you mean counterfeit shells?
No. You. No.
I almost had you.
I didn't do it.
Almost had you. All right, let's close out that poll. I've seen enough. The jury has entered their verdict, and for the crime of selling counterfeit seashells, Gina, they have found you not guilty.
Thank you. Thank you, Iguana.
Congratulations, Ms. Sanders. You're free to go. What are you going to do with your newfound freedom?
I'm going to do hair.
Very good. Well, I wish I had a little bit more of it so I could go and see you.
I tie you to my head.
Okay, all right. Get out of here, you scamp. She's a pistol, that one.
Judge, you just need to be hitting it off.
Oh, stop, bailiff. I'm what? I'm not allowed to have fun?
I'm just saying there was a real connection there.
Okay.
And you even corrected that she's not selling them down at the seashore. You seem to know a lot about her.
I only have eyes for my wife and one other lady. Lady Justice.
Who's she?
What do you mean, who? You. I mean, like the.
You're already having an affair. Why not have two? Then?
No, it's not. It's a.
You've broken the seal of your matrimony.
It's
Judge.
euphemistic for the blind Lady Justice. She holds the. Never mind. Folks, we're only 5 subscriptions away from hitting our goal. Literally anyone could do it. Anyone could just drop 5 gifted subs and we'd hit our goal and we could head on down to the police station where you will have an opportunity to work as a lawyer and help some hapless suspect who's being interrogated by the police. Doesn't that sound fun? Sounds fun to me. But not only would you be helping us hit our goal, you could also submit some more crimes against Michael Crime. Speaking of which, let's have a look at his docket. Bailiff, are we ready to have a look at that?
You know we are, Judge.
I know we are, so I'm gonna hit the button now. And there he is. There he is, his cold, dead eyes searing into the back of my brain. Oh, how I want to get him arrested, finally. I guess he's already been arrested, but he needs to be convicted of these crimes. So let's look at the other side of the screen to see what new crimes have been added.
Looks to be Lady
to the rap
Justice
sheet.
on the other side of the screen.
Well, no, I'm looking on the, maybe we just widen out and we can see any of that. There it is, declared yuppie with the gifted subs. Thank you so much. In addition to trying to sunk his own peanuts, which we mentioned earlier, he's also bald, which is illegal.
Is that illegal?
That is illegal. Get some hair. Get some hair or get out or go to jail. And then, of course, he also perfidy in an ice cream truck.
I'll make sure that that's not something.
Yeah, make sure I didn't just say a slur accidentally. Perfidy?
Deceitfulness, untrustworthiness.
Ah, good word. Perfidy in an ice cream truck. I like that. Never heard of that one. Got scot-free off sexually. Damn it. He's never supposed to come. Scot-free is famously never supposed to come. This bastard. And then, of course, weed to mid. We only smoke that good kush here and everything in Now York. Well, folks, looks like we've hit our goal thanks to your generous gifted subscriptions. Thank you so much for that. Because we've hit our goal, it means we'll now be heading down to the police precinct where some guy is being interrogated by the police, and you, the viewers, will have to help him get out of it. Yep, that means you guys have to get dressed as cops, but don't come out here. Go get dressed as police officers for the next segment. Alex will show you where there are some cop costumes.
All right, buddy. You think you can pull one over on us?
You
huh?
finally got me! After all these years, you finally got something pinned on me, huh? Or so you think.
Yeah.
Or so you think.
We think we do.
Yeah, I bet you think. I bet
Hey,
you think
you
do.
can't smoke in here.
Yeah, you also can't smoke in here.
You're smoking out there.
You're not supposed to see that.
If
Don't look
I'm
over
within
there.
eyesight,
You can't see through that.
You can't.
You're not supposed to be
There's
seeing
no
through
way you
that.
can
You
see through
can't
that.
see through
I don't
that.
think. I don't
He's
think
assuming that there's cigarettes out there, but he can't see through that glass.
I can smell them.
Damn, I revealed there is cigarettes back
The
there.
captain's smoking freaking cigarettes right now.
Crap, he's already got one on us. All right, pal. Where's the mayor?
Uh-oh. We gotta tell them something about the mayor. And we can't spill the beans, so what are we gonna tell these goons, huh? What are we gonna tell them? A lot of your mom's house. 3 people said your mom's house. Tinseltown. Okay. The mayor, huh? I heard he's up your butt and around the corner.
Okay,
all right, all
okay.
right.
We got a funny guy.
Hey, you grew up a class clown.
Yeah.
We also know we saw you leave the sawmill this morning.
This a new guy? I haven't seen this guy before. This guy new?
Don't worry about
Don't
how
worry
long
about
he's
me.
been here.
It might be my second day.
You're doing great.
Thank you so
Doing
much.
You told me it's the second day.
Doing really good.
You give me big second day energy.
Okay.
Alright, you saw me at the sawmill?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what were you doing at the sawmill? Was the mayor there? We're looking around for his body parts.
For his butt. Okay, they're looking around for the mayor's body parts. They saw me leave the sawmill. What was I doing at the sawmill? Huh? Do a backflip? Yo, if I could, I would. You sell seashells, trying the sawdust diet. Eating the dust. A lot of people saying eating the dust. Seeing what you saw. Sawing logs. Reattaching your baby toe. Getting some cider. People saying your mom again. Looking for the mayor. Things are slowing down a lot. The chat is slowing down a lot.
Guess you gotta pick one then.
Yeah, I guess
Guess
I
you
gotta.
gotta pick a message to read back to me then.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure, yeah. Yeah, I saw it.
What?
You saw yourself leave the sawmill this morning?
Yeah, they saw a mill. I saw it too.
Was that the question?
Is he trying to?
I think he's trying to do another joke again. He's doing wordplay.
But what's the joke?
The joke is he's using the sawmill, right? Sawmill's where he's
The
at.
location.
Yeah, but the question was, why were you at the sawmill?
It's about what were you doing at the sawmill, and he went, I saw the sawmill.
He's deflecting.
You saw a mill, and
Sorry,
yeah, I
I thought it was-
saw it too.
That was wordplay. It's my second day on the
We
job.
didn't say we saw the
Don't let him
sawmill.
get to you. Don't let him get to you.
You say at the sawmill, and I saw. Yeah, I saw it too.
God, the son of a bitch is good.
He looks
He is good.
That's crazy what he just did. Okay. Okay. You think you're a funny guy, huh? You think you're a real comedian, a real jokester, huh? Well, what happens if we go back to your business place right now, that old crappy bar that you and your friends work at?
Hey, you don't call it crappy, man.
I
That's
can
a
call it
fine
crappy.
establishment. That's a fine
The
establishment.
spaghetti is awful. It's clearly the shitty store brand one.
Hey,
It's
you
got a
don't-
B
you
health
don't
rating.
say
It's got a B health
Hey,
rating.
shut up. Second day.
Don't
Hey,
don't go after him
whoa,
over
hey,
his
no,
second day.
No.
You can't say that to me just because you look like my older brother.
Yeah. Is that
He
true?
looks exactly like him as a spitting image.
Oh.
This is tough for you right now.
This is
Stay
real
in
tough.
here.
I'm sorry.
Stay in here. Stay in here. We gonna find something in the kitchen? Maybe in the freezer at your
Hey,
restaurant?
can I borrow your skateboard?
Don't. You don't have to give it to him.
What do you mean?
You don't have to give him
But
his
he,
skateboard.
he's old.
Let me borrow your skateboard.
No.
Oh,
You're
Say
the
no,
cop.
say
Okay,
no,
say
say no.
Say no. Assert yourself.
Say no.
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 Okay.
Big boy standing up.
No, you can't have it. You can't have it. You can't borrow it.
Okay.
You can't look at it.
Okay.
If I see you staring in the direction of it, I'll go crazy on you.
We'll kill you.
We'll kill you.
I bet you would. I bet you would.
Really good.
He respects me now.
Yeah. So what's gonna happen if we go to your restaurant? We go into the freezer. Are we gonna find anything?
What are they gonna find in the freezer? My bar. My big beautiful bar. What are they gonna find in the freezer? Ice. Yep. Yeah. Ice.
Touche.
You're gonna find ice in the freezer. That's where the ice goes. That's where I put all my ice.
You should have
usually.
said if there was going to be anything incriminating.
Yeah, like
Like-
not normally in there.
Like not ice, not popsicles.
Like a frozen meat. Damn, you think we can run that back?
Let's ask him again. Let's just ask him the same question.
Yeah, but
Specific.
like specify.
Is there anything incriminating in the Can I start over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it again.
What in the freezer will we find that's incriminating?
That's not usually there.
Not normally there. Something that would stand out.
That-
They're kind of making me say something. Reverse ice cubes, exploded soda cans, ice cream, the saw from the sawmill.
That would be so helpful for us if you took that one.
Okay. Listen, I have something I have to confess.
Okay.
I do have a penguin in my freezer.
Whoa.
He's kind of like we're planning to do some social media reels with the penguin to promote the bar.
Wait. Isn't the mayor Mr. Popper?
That's right.
Isn't the mayor Mr. Popper?
So if you have a penguin, it might be one of Mayor Popper's penguins.
One of Mayor Popper's penguins.
One of Mayor Papa's penguins.
Do you have one of Mayor Popper's penguins in that freezer? And this is a yes or no question.
What the hell is that? What the hell? They just had an epiphany. They're breaking through right now. They're cooking hard. Yeah, they're having a breakthrough. Yes or no question. So many things I could go with here. Okay. Yes.
Okay, now we're getting
But it was a gift
from the mayor.
from the mayor.
So you saw him recently.
You
then?
know what? The mayor really likes my spaghetti at the bar. He really likes it.
You saw the mayor recently then if you made this exchange. And wait, guys, I got something here. You saw the mayor recently, didn't you? At the mill. Wait, you guys get what I'm going for here? You saw the mayor recently. You saw the mayor like maybe in half. You know what I'm saying? Like you saw him.
Saw him in half.
Didn't you saw the mayor?
Didn't you saw?
I saw him. Oh shit! I gotta ask you guys.
Feels like
I was locked in over there.
Yes or no question
I was
here,
locked
pal.
in over there. He says, so I saw the mayor in half. Somebody said I want to kill myself. Okay, yeah. No, I only seed him.
You seed him.
So you
Bro.
See him.
What?
That's gross.
That's disgusting.
You're having an affair with Mr.
You
Popper.
having an affair with Mayor Popper?
No, it's like a. You said I saw him.
So
You said I saw him like I saw him in half.
And you said
I
you
saw
seed
him. I seed him. I see him. I seed him.
what does that mean to you?
What the hell am I talking about? What the hell am I talking? It's complete nonsense. What the hell? I gotta clarify here. I'm losing it. He liked the suit. A lot of gross things.
Yeah, really gross ones
A lot
in here.
of gross things. Somebody said,
IDK man.
I said IDK man.
Just opting out.
Just
Like in
Ooh, hashtag.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm his gardener.
What?
You're the mayor. What?
You own a
I
bar?
seed him.
Why would the mayor give a penguin as a gift to his gardener?
Who also owns a shitty bar?
There's a lot of details. A lot of details flying about right now. Let's see if we can tie these together. Huh? Let's thread the needle here. Tax evasion. He's a nice guy. He breeds penguins.
We're also his lover. So you did
Christmas
see that.
present. Penguins are birds.
Penguins are birds.
Penguins are bird. I hope he doesn't say that. I don't got any answer for that.
Yeah, go back. Penguins are birds.
Dang.
Damn.
All right, you're free to go.
Yeah!
And we're back. Folks, welcome back. If you're just joining us, my name is Judge Learned Hand, and I'm presiding over the Now York Superior Court here. Tonight, yeah, sure, we can clap. We can clap, that's cool. Folks, in just a moment, we're gonna be bringing out a defendant here who's been accused of a crime, and it'll be up to you, our faithful viewers at home in the jury box, to decide whether or not they're guilty or innocent. But that's not the only way you can get involved. There's a variety of ways you can interact. You can submit questions for $5. We'll ask the defendant directly whatever you want. Someone donated $5 during the last segment when the trial was not happening, so I guess we'll just ask this next defendant that question and see if it's relevant. But you can also submit visual evidence by joining our Discord, so if you haven't already, join the Everything Now Show Discord. Type !Discord in the chat to get a link for that. You might see your image used as evidence in one of tonight's trials, and we've updated the sub goal down here, so if we get, let's see, 22 more subs, we will go back to the police precinct for another interrogation where you will have an opportunity to help a different suspect who's being interrogated. So let's get those subs in so that we can also continue to accuse Michael Crime of new crimes. Here's everything he's been charged with so far, but every time you subscribe, you get to add another crime to his rap sheet, and hopefully this will be the last time we see him, and we'll finally get to lock him away for good. But with all that housekeeping out of the way now, I think it's time for our next trial, so let's go ahead and bring out our defendant. And bailiff, if you could figure out what he's been accused of.
Sure, Judge, but we also have that thing that was submitted.
Oh, yes, I think that's a question for this defendant, no?
Okay.
Okay, very confident response to that. I look forward to seeing what that question was. Again, it was submitted before we had even met the defendant or figured out what the crime was, so I'm sure it will be highly relevant to this trial. Now, Let's figure out what the crime is, bailiff, and let's meet our first defendant. Defendant, please state your name for the record.
Clam fucker.
Are you for real?
You said pick any last name.
My name's...
Are you for? You look like you are surprised by your own name, sir.
Every time I look at it, I'm surprised by it. Clam fucker's my name. Doors and windows is my
A
game.
way worse one. I had a way worse one queued up.
Doors and windows. I'm sorry. You're what? Like a handyman, a carpenter?
Yeah, I'm here to replace your door. Is it this one?
No, you're not here to replace my door. The door works fine, Mr. Fucker. I assume you noticed that when you walked in.
I'm sorry. So the door's over there. The windows.
There are no windows in this room, Mr. Fucker.
I'm noticing that now.
I'm just gonna call you Clam. Clam,
Yeah.
you're in here not to fix our doors or windows, but because you've been accused of a crime, and we're gonna find out what that crime is in just a moment. But before we
Damn
get
it.
down to that, what's that?
This happened at my last job.
This happened at your last job.
Came in, thought I was fixing doors and windows. They tried me for being a witch.
This is something of a pattern for you, Clam.
Yeah, seems like it.
I see. Well, hopefully.
like it.
How did that one turn out?
Well, I sank to the bottom of the lake that they put me in. They tied cinder blocks to my feet. Luckily, I broke out of it and I swam to the top. They still thought I was a witch, so I ran out of town. Luckily, did not come back. Did not get paid. $200 of gas money down the drain.
Well, it sounds like you didn't fix anything, so I'm not sure how you would expect to be paid.
Show up.
I see.
Show up.
I suppose I don't totally understand the
I'm
business
expecting to
model.
get paid for this job.
This is not a job.
Listen, I got a letter.
You are on trial.
I got a letter in the mail saying I needed to be here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Did
to
you
do
read
the
further?
job. What?
Did you read the letter further? Because it should have notified
I
you
said
are.
you need to be here, and I showed up.
Okay. Bailiff, have we selected have we figured out what this guy's being accused of? Virgin for too long. Yeah, that's a good one.
What?
Mr. Fucker, as you may or may not be aware, in the jurisdiction of New York, there is a ticking time clock for which you must fuck. If you do not have sex within a prescribed amount of time, you have been a virgin for too long and potentially face criminal charges, which seems to be the case today. So, Clam, when, if ever, did you have sex last?
Virgin for too long.
What part of this aren't you understanding, Mr. Fucker?
Well, I don't want to incriminate myself. What's too long to you?
Too long to me is,
The law.
The law.
Which is?
well, in this jurisdiction, it's 3 years from when you reach legal age. So after you turn 18, you have to have sex within 3 years.
Brutal.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
May I remind you, Mr. Fucker, that ignorance of the law does not disqualify you from breaking it.
Call me ignorant.
Well, it seems like you are unaware of this law until I just explained it to you, Mr. Fucker.
Another white collar chump calling another blue collar worker ignorant.
Your collar is also white, I might have to point out, Mr. Fucker.
It's a turn of phrase.
Okay, well, you've submitted
I
a
don't
piece
always have to have a blue collar. This is more of a tan collar.
I suppose that's true, and you've got me there. Mr. Fucker, I see that you've submitted a piece of
Please
visual
call me
evidence.
Clam.
Oh, and also we have two, I guess, questions for you.
Cool.
Do we want to do that first, bailiff? And we've got a witness. Lot going on.
Turning up all this stuff.
There's a lot going on right now. I guess let's start with the visual evidence, and then maybe the questions will be related.
You're the boss.
Okay, let's have a look at the evidence here. Now, help me understand how this relates to your offense, Mr. Fucker.
If you're trying to have sex within the 3 years allotted, but you aren't able to put a condom on,
Uh-huh.
what happens then, Judge?
Well, there's no
Are you
legal
telling me
element.
I need to have unsafe sex in order to abide by the law?
I mean, there are other ways that you can engage in sexual intercourse that don't involve a prophylactic. There are medications you can take. You can also engage in a type of sex that's not vaginally penetrative.
Back.
You can engage in sex that's not penetrative at all.
Oh, so I can just get blown?
Sure.
And I won't. So if I just get blown, I won't be a virgin anymore?
Now this is interesting. I suppose no. You have to have sex,
Judge, you just said I won't be a virgin anymore.
but you can do butt stuff,
Judge,
which I guess is penetrative.
Judge, you're missing him incriminating himself.
But you could have sex with like a dildo, and that would be sex,
So it is penetrative.
right? But it has to still be. It has to be penetrative, but it doesn't have to be with a penis. Or it could also be like scissoring if you don't have a penis. Mr. Fucker,
So then you're saying scissoring
yeah.
is sex, but getting blown is not sex.
I think, yeah.
But getting blown is not penetrative.
I think it is, in a way.
So,
Mr. Fucker,
listen, I can,
We've
just
got
do
a
the
question.
I can just do the windows in here and we
no,
can get out
there
of here.
are no windows in here, Mr. Fucker. Look around.
That's
You
the
see a
problem.
window?
I could put some in for you.
We don't want that. This is supposed to be private. Mr. Fucker, we've got a question for you from one of our jurors, I guess.
Oh wow, yeah, this is ready for sure.
We're prepared to read this, bailiff? All
It's
right.
gonna be wild.
Okay, great. Do we know who submitted this?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, great. Now this comes to us from Stream Chimp, who says, Sexo?
That was crazy. That happened before we.
That is crazy. That was before we figured out what the crime was. That was submitted like 20 minutes ago. Sexo?
Not sure what that means.
Sexo?
I'm not sure what that
It's a
means.
simple question, Mr. Fucker. Sexo?
Exo?
Is the O like a... Is that like a... Is this like some slang that I don't know?
Mr. Fucker, please.
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. Okay, interesting. Interesting, and I hope all of our jurors heard that. Yes to Sexo. We've got another question for you, Mr. Fucker. We're gonna read that now. This comes to us from Declared Yuppie, who wants to know, what does boob feel like?
It's like a bag of mud.
Bag of mud. Mud bag.
It's like touching a boob is like touching a bag of mud.
Okay. Well, jurors, I hope that you were paying attention when Mr. Fucker answered those questions, as I feel they probably will weigh heavily on your decision. I think we've also got a witness that we'd like to hear from, so let's go ahead and get our witness, or I guess perhaps witnesses, on the stand. Witnesses, please state your names for the record.
We are the defendant's parents.
I'm Shrimp.
I'm Cassidy.
Shrimp and Cassidy Fucker.
Yes.
That's our names.
I see, and so I suppose you've already stated your relation to the defendant, Clam. And can you tell me a little bit about Clam?
Hey, Mom, Pa.
Hey, son. Well, Clam has been a sweet, tender child since the day he was born. We actually were sad he couldn't come on the cruise we just went on. We really wish the guy was there.
I love him. But more than I love him, I love grandkids. And because Clam refuses to meet a woman, I and my husband, Shrimp, remain grandchildless.
We go on cruises where there is a lot of young parents.
Disney cruises.
Disney cruises, and we live vicariously, being grandparents. We live vicariously.
We get to know the kids on the boat, and by the fourth day, they're calling us Grandpop and Grandmom,
Grandpa Shrimp.
Grandma Cassidy.
I see. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Fucker, I don't mean to sort of shatter this dreamlike scenario and picture that you're painting for our jurors, but
Cut back to them.
I'm gonna have to ask you to refrain from doing all that. Fuckers.
Come on.
We
Judge.
just don't understand.
I'm gonna have to ask that all the fuckers in this Courtroom.
Are you saying that
Please
as
behave
their-
appropriately.
I just want to. You're saying that because it's our last name?
Of course, of course.
Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you have
Mr.
to
and
check.
Mrs. Fuckers.
Oh, that's
the
us.
Fuckers. Now, please.
You know, the movie Meet the Fockers was loosely based off our family.
Really? In what way?
Well, in every way except for the son did have sex in that movie.
And the family dynamics weren't the same.
They
but
weren't the same. They're
Our
okay.
name. I think someone heard our name.
Yeah.
So you're just saying, like, basically, like, phonetically, it was sort of similar.
They won't let us put it on the Facebook.
They won't let us. Facebook won't let us put it on it. We had to change the name of our mailing address.
You had to change the name of your mail.
The mailman said, "You gotta change your name." Mm-hmm. And I was like, "What the H are you
That's
talking
our
about?"
name.
That's our name.
Sorry that no one changed it at Old Ellis Island, but we
Yeah.
kept it.
We kept it.
Where what is the origin, the etymology of your name?
German.
It's German. Got it. Okay, well, fuckers, listen. This is an uncomfortable conversation, obviously, for a parent to have regarding their son, but you understand that the laws in this jurisdiction dictate that every citizen of New York must have sex within
Back, Judge.
What's that? Hey! 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 Fuckers! Stop whispering sweet
I
nothings.
feel like you're saying it like aggressively.
Yeah.
I am being
that was
aggressive because I'm trying to
derogatory.
call it.
No, I mean like you're putting some emphasis on the,
It's their. What should I call them if
Fuckers.
not their name?
I don't say like, and
We're not on the boat.
I'm rocking you like that.
What is this? Hey! 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 Excuse me! Hey! Excuse me! Stop that! That is not appropriate courtroom behavior.
Judge, do that again.
No.
Judge, do that again.
Oh.
You look
Point
so
at us.
handsome.
Point at us.
Point at us.
I am going to point at you, but I'm not doing it for a pose. I'm doing it because I'm frustrated.
Get it.
One more.
Stop.
Oh, Clam, stand next to him.
Stand next to
Do
me,
not
man.
come near me.
Clam.
Do not come
let
near
him
me.
just for the photo.
For the photo.
Come on. Clam.
For the photo.
Oh, go.
okay.
Clam.
Smile.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay, get
Oh.
out of here.
Well,
Can I get in
we,
there?
No, bailiff. No.
Can we do closing statements?
Yes, you can do closing statements. We've learned nothing.
Well, as you can see, me and my wife are sexual beings.
Oh, what?
That's
Where you going with that?
That's it. I just don't understand why.
That's your closing
Well, I just
statement?
don't understand why Clan can't give us a grandchild if he comes from us. Because we got pregnant the second I met her.
The second you met?
The second we
What
met.
was your meet cute like?
Sexual?
Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. All right, fuckers, you're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you. We had a lot of fun here.
Okay, that's not the
Blast.
point. That is not how you should react to this type of situation.
Judge,
Yes.
with my parents here, it's maybe the best time for me to say this.
They just left.
Well, even better. I am struck sexual.
You're what?
I am a structure sexual.
You gotta help me understand what you mean.
I do doors and windows, Judge. I'm attracted to buildings.
Don't clap for that.
It's brave.
Okay.
I put doors and windows on buildings so that there's a way I can.
So there's a hole.
Ugh. Judge,
That's what he was implying.
we don't know for sure.
What were you gonna say?
What?
Whatever. We've got 2 more pieces of visual evidence that you submitted and another question. Let's look at the question first. This comes to us from Awesome Sauce, who says, "What if clam fucker is just asexual?" Well, I guess that question is sort of now made irrelevant by what clam fucker just said.
I feel like it would have been a problem if we made asexuality illegal somehow. You know?
What do you mean?
You're saying asexuality could be illegal in this universe.
It is illegal. You have to have sex. I mean, you can be asexual. It's
you
not
still
illegal to
gotta
be
do it.
asexual. You just have to have sex.
Right.
You don't have to like it.
Right.
That's just the law. And listen, I don't make the laws. I just enforce
I'm trying to
them.
do a precedential case here. The fact that I can have sex with buildings should allow me, and I've had sex with buildings way before I was 18.
Okay, well that is statutory.
Don't go there.
13.
Well, I mean, what do you want me to say to that? He's saying he's having sex as a 13-year-old.
Statutory.
Statutory. We got it.
Statutory. Okay.
Just show this video.
We've got 2 pieces of visual evidence, and we've got to move on. No, you're right. You're right about this, bailiff. Broken clock's right twice a day. Let's go ahead and look. Okay. And now, why did you submit this?
Look closer.
Now what if... See what she's next to, Judge?
See what she's next to?
It's the side of a building, Judge.
Ah, okay.
Sort of
I've never seen anything hotter than that.
So you're saying that in that image, the thing that's most attractive is...
Go back up, look at it again. Yeah, ignore like what's going on with the girl there. The thing next to it, to the right.
Yeah.
Wow, look at those curves.
They're almost exclusively straight lines.
It's like a slant.
Yeah,
It's like
I
a
guess.
slant at the top that goes down.
Right.
Tall drink of water.
Okay, we've got one other piece of visual evidence, Mr. Fucker, and then we simply must move on. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to explain this piece of evidence, and then make your closing remarks. And then, jurors, I hope you've heard enough to reach a verdict on this. I feel like we've learned way more than we needed to about this guy. Bailiff, are we prepared to have a look at this last piece of visual evidence? Great. What is this?
Can't really tell.
I don't really know what I'm
It's up
looking
to
at
you to
here.
See what that is.
Looks like a oil painting of some kind.
Listen, I did get an STI from this building.
And how does that relate to your defense?
That's why it's even closer to having actual sex. There are risks for STIs still, even with buildings.
I see. Okay, so your contention is that contracting some sort of sexual illness from a building proves that you had sex, and ipso facto that sexual encounter should qualify you for having sex within the 3-year window.
Yes, Judge.
It's a compelling argument, but we'll have to see if the jury agrees with that particular line of legal reasoning. So jurors, go ahead and enter your verdict now. The poll is up, and Clam, you can go ahead and make your closing remarks.
Jury, I can't be the only one who was just a young child who was watching Tom and Jerry and saw the little hole that Jerry lived in
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
and thought,
Oh.
this is my sexual awakening. There's got to be more people out there, and I want to set a precedent with this case. We can make history right now. We can make history right now to make it legal. To make it legal that if you have sex with a building, it meets the required 3-year period.
I don't
To
think
have
this
sex.
is ever going to come up again.
I hope it doesn't.
This is a case of first and last impression.
Listen.
All right, close the poll. It's like a runaway. This is crazy. The jury has entered their verdict, Clam Fucker, and for the crime of not having sex soon enough, being a virgin for too long, whatever the exact phrasing was, they have been founding you not guilty. They've been finding you not guilty.
I'm gonna have sex with your court.
No, don't do that.
See that door there?
Do not have sex with my
that
courtroom.
door there?
Do not have sex with my courtroom. You get out of here, Clam Fucker.
I'll be right over there.
Okay. Just don't do anything weird or gross.
See the gap between the two doors?
I'm done with this. Go away. We're done with that now.
The gap between the two doors.
It's awful.
What?
Awful to think about
What's
that.
the shape of
The
his
greater
member?
implications. Folks,
Lego block.
I don't mean to alarm anyone, but we're only 21 subscriptions away from hitting our goal. It could
freak
happen.
out.
It could happen at literally any moment. Someone could come in here and drop 21 subs, and we could hit our goal and head back to the police precinct for another round of interrogation. But while we wait for that to happen, I think it's time to do another. I just got some sort of.
Michael.
Oh, yes, of course. I forgot. Subscribing to the show not only helps us hit our goal, which we're definitely going to do before the show ends, it also allows you the opportunity to accuse Michael Crime of another crime. And here's one. Here's a couple new ones. Let's see. And yep, before we look at them, we're gonna look at him again. And now we're gonna read them. Yeah, make sure we remember what he looks like. Okay, someone just says, I'm on a diet. Okay. Smile. Hard to even figure out a way to justify that as a crime. It's written in the first person. Really tricky to sort of shoehorn that into being a crime against Michael Crime, but thank you for the information nonetheless. Perspicaciousness of criminal conduct. Please don't tell me that's a real word.
Looking it up.
Perspicaciousness. Am I pronouncing it right?
Perspicacious, having a ready insight into an understanding of things.
I don't even really know that I'd follow that definition.
So it's someone who's like knowing a lot about what's illegal.
Perspective. Tried too hard to be funny, didn't. Is that one crime?
No, two different ones.
Okay, tried too hard to be funny and didn't. Two separate crimes. Folks, those were really hard for me to read, but I'm going to continue to read them as you submit them. So please consider subscribing to the show. Consider submitting more crimes against Michael Crime, and I will do my civic duty to read them out loud and do my best to understand what the fuck you guys are talking about. With all of that housekeeping out of the way, let's go ahead now and bring out our next defendant. And bailiff, let's find out what they've been accused of.
Yes, Judge.
Defendant, please state your name and your occupation for the record.
Hello there. Believe it or not, my name is Gene Parisi. I am a computer designer from Europe.
Gene Parisi, a computer designer from Europe. Now, Mr. Parisi, what is the nature of your computer designing? Are you doing software? Are you doing hardware? What exactly do you do?
I make them small. I make the computers, they're big at once, and then I make them smaller.
I see. So hardware, it sounds like.
You can call it that. I don't know what you say in your wherever you are from.
Okay. Here in New York, we would call the physical machine hardware, as opposed to the programs that operate on the machine. That would be software.
Hey, tomato, whatever you want to call it, you call it that. I will say I make the computers tiny. If it's hardware, software, I don't give a frick. I make rich money off it.
Okay, Mr. Parisi. All respect to you. I'm sure you're a master of your craft, but here you find yourself in my domain, the legal domain, because you, Mr. Parisi, what are you doing? Are you hacking right now?
No, I'm coding.
You're coding.
I'm coding my software to make the computer tiny.
Okay, so you are familiar with the term software.
Well, for me, yes, I know software.
Okay, because a moment ago I mentioned that term and you seemed like you had no idea what the fuck I was talking about.
Whatever you want to call it, you can call it that.
Well, when you say software, what do you mean?
I mean, there's a little tiny program inside the computer, and I am coding it to help make my computers tinier.
Wow,
For my
okay,
shrinking machine.
I see. Okay. I really want to understand what you mean. My bailiff has reminded me that you've been accused of downloading a car.
Ah!
So we can add that to the case file and remove it from the overlay graphic.
Judge.
Thank you, bailiff. Now, Mr. Parisi, and we have a couple of questions from our jurors now. There's a lot of clarifying questions here because it seems like there may be some cultural divide in terms of how my understanding and now Yorkian understanding of technology and what you seem to be doing. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, what you just said is that you're developing software that creates a program that is used to operate a shrink ray that you then use to make computers smaller.
That's a very, very nice summary, Judge.
Okay, great. So then I think we're on the same page. Now, that is not what you're on trial for, Mr. Parisi. The allegations levied against you today are regarding downloading a car.
This is what I have to say to that. N-O-T-G-I-L-T-T-Y.
Wait a minute.
Not guilty, spelled sort of phonetically, although I suppose, I assume English isn't your first language. What is your first language, Mr. Parisi?
Francais.
You're French.
See, from Paris. See, see. I also spent a little bit of time in
Oh, you're a
Spain.
polyglot.
See, I'm from all over the world, pretty much.
You're like one of those white boy walks into Chinese restaurants and wows them with fluent Chinese kind of things, right?
French boy walks into Spanish restaurant.
French boy walks into New York courtroom and wows them with incredible defense.
Tomato, we're on the same page. We're two men from the same cloth.
Mr. Parisi, we've got 2 clarifying questions from some of our jurors here to help us better understand the nature of your defense. The first comes to us from Stream Chimp, who wants to know what?
Who, me?
Let me read that again for you. Stream Chimp wants to know what?
Sorry, I do not understand the question.
All right, let me try this one more time. Stream Chimp is asking you, what?
Did I have for breakfast?
No, that's sort of a you're reading too far into it. The question is, and this is coming to us from Stream Chimp. They want to know what?
Stream Chimp, I do not understand what you want from me, but if you want to have a real conversation, you come find me, okay? I take residence in a big boat that sails around the 7 seas.
Okay, well, hopefully that clarifies that for you, Stream Chimp. If you want to go further down that line of questioning, feel free to give $5 more. I hope that was worth your money. We have another question, and I thought that was a fantastic answer. But we have another question here from another juror. Bailiff, are we prepared to look at that?
Yep.
Yep, great. This comes to us from Declared Yuppie, who wants to know, what is the Blanc chain?
The Blanc chain. Very good question. This is something I can answer. What? What? You can't answer that. That's too much. The Blanc chain is a very simple thing. It's very simple. When I want to make sure I don't fall off my boat, I take a giant piece of metal chain, I tie it around my waist, and then I tie it around the boat captain. The boat captain is then tied to the steering wheel. That way, the rope is 500 feet long. That way, I can't fall off the boat.
So you tie a metal chain to yourself, then to the captain of the boat,
Yes.
then to the steering wheel of the boat.
Absolutely. I make sure it's only me and the captain on the boat. That I don't want the captain to untie it so I fall off. So if he unties anything, he's untying himself. I go
Right.
down, the captain goes down with me.
So, okay, and that's the Blanc chain.
That's the Blanc chain. De Blanc. Blanc is the name of my captain. Blanc Jean-Pierre.
So it's Blanc's chain.
It's Blanc's chain. I tie myself to Blanc's chain to make sure I don't fall off. Blanc de Jean-Pierre is the best sea captain from all of France.
Got it. Understood. Okay, let's get down. Now that we've got all that out of the way, now that we've got sort of a firm foundation upon which to build the rest of this case, let's get down to brass tacks here. The allegation here is that you've downloaded a car, and now,
Wow.
it does appear, based on the reports that we have, that you've come into the ownership of a new Nissan Altima that was not previously in your possession while you were on your boat. Now, it's hard for me to understand how a brand new Nissan Altima appears on your boat if you didn't just download it. If it's out at sea.
First of all, yes, the boat was carrying a brand new Nissan Altima, but I am not the man who downloaded it. I would never download anything that has 4 wheels. I ride on 2 wheels or boats. That's it. 4 wheels is excessive.
Well, Mr. Parisi, forgive me, but it sounds like the only people on this boat are you and Blanc. So unless Blanc is the one, and I would love it if we could call Blanc to the witness stand, just something to keep in mind, jurors in the chat. Would be great to hear from Blanc. But it sounds to me like if you're not the one downloading this car, then the only other person on the boat that's out to sea is Blanc.
Here's the thing. You and I are both cut from the same cloth, very smart. I have the same theory that Blanc downloaded the Nissan Altima to frame me because he's been complaining about the chain for months.
He's upset with the chain.
Yeah.
It's his chain.
Well, I named it after him so he could have a little bit of fun with it.
So it's your chain, but it's named after him.
It's named after him because that's what I tie it to. I tie it to Blanc.
Okay, so I mean, you also tie it to the steering wheel, though.
The steering wheel chain doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't
not
really
the
roll
same
up the tongue.
Ring, and he's like, I don't want to wear this chain around my waist. It's hard to go to the bathroom anymore. I don't know why I have to wear the chain when I go home. My kids are asking many questions, and I said, Blanc, you're a man. Do whatever you want, but when you don't have to wear I tell him you don't have to wear the chain when you go home, and he's like, really? I'm like, yeah, but then he still wears it.
Okay, and that's got to be tough for you because you're also connected to the chain, right? So if he's going home, first of all, how's he even going home if it's connected to the steering wheel and you?
He lives in a tiny boat that sails right next to it.
Okay, so his house is just another boat.
It's a smaller boat, a much
Connected.
smaller boat.
He doesn't live on the boat.
He doesn't live on my boat. He
Okay,
lives
so
on
it's
his-
your boat.
The big boat's my boat. The small boat is his boat. His wife is piloting it.
Who's Blanc's wife?
Blank.
Blanc and Blanc?
Blanc de Chipierre. The second best. Not second best. The equal best.
Can't be equal best.
The equal best.
Equal best.
Equal best judge. Where are you? Americans don't like equal?
No.
Typically we don't. We hate when a sport ends in a tie.
We hate equality basically in every sort of metric.
Nah.
Mr. Parisi, we've got another question for you from one of our jurors. This comes to us from Declared Yuppie again, who says, "But seriously, what
did I have for breakfast?"
No, you're extrapolating too much. The question is, and this comes to us from Declared Yuppie, they want to know, okay, but seriously, what?
Is the secret formula to my shrinking ray?
I would love to know that, but that is not the question. The question, and this is Declared Yuppie is asking this, they want to know, okay, but seriously, what?
What did I do last summer?
Mr. Parisi, you're extrapolating on the question, okay? It's a very simple question. It's from, let's see here. Yep, it's from Declared Yuppie. They want to know, okay, but seriously, what?
What are you talking about?
I'm not really sure, to be totally honest, Mr. Parisi. Declared Yuppie, if that wasn't a satisfactory answer, consider donating $5 and being more specific. Mr. Parisi, I want to give you an opportunity to tell us a little bit more about your downloading habits. If you're not downloading cars, how is it that a check of the bandwidth usage on your boat shows us that you're downloading hundreds of terabytes of information every single day? If you're not downloading cars, what are you using all of that bandwidth for?
I only download 3 things. Movies off Pirate Bay. Recipes for extravagant dinners to cook for Blanc. And pornography. No cars! No cars!
Movies, pornographic movies, and recipes to cook for Blanc.
Absolutely, I'm a chef. Every Frenchman is a chef. Did you not know this, Judge?
I guess I didn't know that, but it makes sense. Well, we've called a witness, so in a moment here we're going to hear from somebody. Maybe it's Blanc, maybe it's Blank, maybe it's someone totally unrelated. We're going to find out in just a second. But tell me, Mr. Parisi, the recipes, the movies, the pornography, is this all just stuff to keep you busy out on the boat? Like, what are you doing day to day on the boat that you need this much entertainment?
Well, here's the thing. When you're living on a boat with one other man who is essentially your employee, there's not a lot to do. Blanc does not like to have chats with me. Blanc has his own family. And I spend all day coding. I spent all day coding, so I need to rewind.
You're working on
unwind.
the shrink ray machine.
I'm working on the shrink ray. I'm perfecting it. I'm trying to make the computers really tiny and small. That's my thing. I make computers very tiny and small. You can put them in pocket, bring them anywhere to watch your movies, look up recipes, or pornography.
Gotta be tough to watch a movie on a computer that's so small it can fit in your pocket.
No, you just gotta get one of these.
Okay, so the computer is really small, but then you use
Little
binoculars to make it big again when you're looking at it.
Exactly. You are very smart. Very smart.
Thank you, but compliments will get you nowhere in this courtroom, Mr. Parisi. Now we've got our witness ready on the stand. Bailiff, are we prepared to hear their testimony? Very good. Witness, please state your name and your relation to either the crime or to the defendant for the record.
I am Blanc. I am a captain of a ship in aforementioned.
Wait, okay, wait. It was Blanc, and what was his wife's name?
Blanc.
What? Okay, so this is the wife. No, this is
Blanc.
They
Oh, okay.
spelled his name wrong.
Oh.
because yes, the Chiron says blank.
What is going on here? Is this kangaroo court?
My apologies, Mr. Parisi. This type of thing never happens. Blanc, you are the captain of Mr. Parisi's ship. Is that a fair assessment?
I see.
Great. And Mr. Parisi was explaining to us the system of chains on the ship. Can you help us understand how that works as well?
Yeah, I see. The chain goes to Mr. Parisi, goes to me, and then it goes to my wife.
Okay, now this is interesting because there seems to be a sort of a discrepancy in the Blanc chain system that I'm hearing. Mr. Parisi earlier, unless I misheard, said that the chain connects him to you and then to the steering wheel of the ship.
See?
What you're saying to me now is that the chain connects you, Mr. Parisi, and your wife.
See?
Can you help me square those two stories?
Okay. So the chain goes from Mr. Parisi, it goes to me,
Right?
it goes to my wife.
Okay, now this is where I start to. Now something's not adding up.
If I'm on ship, it goes to the steering wheel.
I see. So it's circumstantial. If you're at home with your wife, the
Which
rope.
is just a smaller boat.
Right, that goes. I understand that. That's next to Mr. Parisi's boat.
See.
Got it. Okay, now let's get down to the matter at hand here, the crime. Mr. Blanc, Mr. Parisi alleges that you are the one that downloaded the Nissan Altima that appeared on Mr. Parisi's ship a couple weeks ago.
What? No, I don't ride anything with 4 wheels. I ride 2 wheels or I ride both.
Okay, well, I mean, listen, there's 2 of you on this boat. Both of you are saying that you didn't download the car, and yet the car has suddenly appeared without seemingly being airdropped or any other means of appearing on the boat. So someone downloaded this car. Now, there's only one other person we haven't heard from in this scenario, and that's your wife, Blank.
You don't talk about my wife.
I'm just saying, if both of you are saying that neither of you downloaded the car, there's only one other person here who theoretically could have downloaded the car.
Take his wife's name out of your motherfucking mouth.
You said it earlier.
I can say it. I know her.
You know her.
Okay, all right. I'll just say your wife if that's better. But Mr. Blanc, do you think it's possible that if neither you or Mr. Parisi downloaded the car, that your wife may have?
I don't speak for my wife. Ask my wife.
Okay, well, we'll have to wait for somebody to call a witness to see if we can bring her in to discuss that. But Mr. Blank, sorry, Mr. Blanc. Mr. Blanc, is there any other testimony you'd like to add to the record while we have you here? Yeah, really think about it. You look like you're in pain,
No,
Mr. Blanc.
I am thinking. No.
No, you're good. Very good. All right, well then, Mr. Blanc, you're free to go. Thank you for your testimony.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Parisi, given the testimony of Mr. Blanc and his denial of downloading the car, does that change your perception of the situation? Do you think it is more or less likely now that either he or his wife downloaded the car?
I think that there might be a very simple explanation.
I'd love to hear it.
One of my competitors in the making computers tiny space must have airdropped the car onto my boat.
And when you say airdrop, are you saying physical airdrop like with a helicopter or digital airdrop like the Apple thing?
Using Apple technology, that motherfucker Tim Cook!
You think Tim Cook?
Tim Cook, the man himself, airdropped the car onto my boat. That's the only explanation because I am now clear Blanc didn't do it. Blake would never do it. Case closed from my end.
Okay, well, it's not really from your end that decides things here, Mr. Parisi, but I appreciate your gumption.
Let's all go home.
Nope, not yet. Don't clap for that. Do not clap for that. It remains to be seen whether or not we'll call either Tim Cook or Blank to the witness stand, but in the meantime, we do have a question, another question from one of our jurors. This comes to us from Stream Chip, who is wanting to know, Sexo?
Yes, you can watch that on any of my tiny computers.
You can watch Sexo on any of your tiny computers. Assuming that you have, I imagine, the proper set of binoculars.
Yes, we sell these separately.
I see. And now doesn't that, the requisite binocular element of this sort of devalue the smallness of the computer? Like if you have to carry around a set of binoculars to even use it, doesn't that sort of negate the whole convenience of having a computer that can fit in your pocket?
You need earbuds to listen to music.
Sure.
You need a mouth to eat food.
Okay, I don't know that I necessarily follow that analogy, but go on.
And you need binoculars to see tiny pornography. That's simple. It makes perfect sense. And look, it's collapsible.
It doesn't look like it's collapsing. It looks like it's just sort of flopping from one side to the other.
No, see, right angle, collapsed.
Okay, yeah, I guess that is technically slightly taking up less space.
And these are very pretty. These are very pretty to have.
They are very nice, I'll give you that.
You want a pair?
No, I'm fine, thank you. I've got my own pair of spectacles right here.
All right, I guess we can all go home now.
Nope, not yet, Mr. Parisi, because now it's time for our jurors to vote to decide whether or not you are guilty of downloading a car. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to make your closing statements now as the poll is open.
It's very simple. I'm a very simple man, okay? I created a shrink ray to make computers tiny. And I code from here on this broken keyboard. I am from France. I live on a boat with my boat captain who lives side by side with his wife in a smaller boat. I'm a simple man. There's only 3 things I need from the internet. Movies from piratebay.com. Recipes to cook dinner for my friend and employee, Blanc de Chapier, and pornography. I never, ever would use it to download a car. What? No, seriously. I would never, ever use it to download a car.
The poll is 50-50 split right now. It is right down the line.
All right, I'm speaking to everyone in the whole wide world. Don't make me go to a bad place. Don't make me go to a bad place, please. Please. Tim Cook, this is what happened with Tim Cook. I saw him at the Met Gala last year. He was in the bathroom. He zipped up his pants before he finished peeing. He got a couple pee drops on his pants. And instead of letting it slide, I took a picture and was like, everyone come in the bathroom. Everyone come in the bathroom. Tim Cook peed on himself. I got everyone there. Shaquille O'Neal came in, he was laughing. Holy cow, you love a Shaquille O'Neal laugh. You know who else I got in there? Madonna, she came in the boys' bathroom. Madonna came in the boys' bathroom. She's like, I gotta see this shit. And she's like, holy fuck. Holy fuck, that's funny, Jin, that's funny. Her and I went to freaking Napa Valley later. Please, Tim Cook has it out for me. And if you want to do something right, take your iPhone outside and smash it into the pavement.
Okay, close the
Take your
poll.
MacBook outside.
By one vote. By one vote. By less than 1%, the jury has entered their verdict. And Gene Parisi, for the crime of downloading a car, the jury has found you not guilty.
Let's all go home to our giant boats in the ocean.
Okay, you're good. You're free to go. Well, folks, we've only got 4 minutes left.
Looks like there's only one thing left to do. Look at Michael Crime's docket.
Look like there's only time for one thing left to do, and it's to look at Michael Crime's docket, unless someone came in here and gave us 18 subs right now.
No.
Just kidding. Let's see. Willingly eating Altoona pizza. That's that one that looks like someone just sort of melted Kraft singles on top of like a Ritz cracker or whatever. Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. And he's just a little guy, which of course is illegal. Well, folks, we need to figure out a button probably to get out of this, huh?
Ah, shit.
Yeah. Thought maybe the Michael Crime thing would be the button.
I missed it.
That's okay. Do you want to come out and do one like really fast throwaway character so we can end the show?
Yeah, 1 second. Let me load something up here.
Load something up. What Altoona pizza wasn't a pun on eating out something? That's a real thing? How is that a pun about eating out something? Altoona pizza? Like tuna, like fish, like...
Tune?
Like Altoon...
Tune an instrument?
Tuna... Altoona pizza.
Altoona. You wouldn't
Altoona.
tuna pizza.
You wouldn't tuna pizza. You wouldn't... Altoona is a shit town in Iowa. Okay. Altoona pizza? Is that anything? All right,
I
well,
don't feel good about this as the button, but we'll try it.
that's okay. Here we go. Let's meet our next defendant.
Hey, it's Dr. Ware.
Okay.
I take a bus to different places.
All right.
So this is the thing. Doctor Who, he goes to different... Shame we didn't get to see that character.
Oh man, that could have been there. There was a lot of there. Folks, we're the Everything Now Show. We do this show 5 times a week, if you can believe it. Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So if you had a good time at this one, great news. There's going to be another one tomorrow. It's going to be our matinee show that happens at 1 p.m. Pacific. So come on back for that. If you don't want to have to memorize our schedule, just drop us a follow right here on Twitch if you're new. And join the Everything Now Show Discord, because we will notify you when the show's going live. And you can participate in the show in special ways, like submitting images that we use on the show. All the evidence submitted during tonight's trials, those were images submitted by our viewers at home, and you can do that in the Discord. So join the Everything Now Show Discord. And while you're joining stuff, why not join the Everything Now Show Patreon as well? Because, first of all, it's free to join. It literally costs nothing to join the Everything Now Show Patreon, and you will get bonus content there, including bloopers and outtakes from our sketches. Sometimes we release free episodes of our podcast there, behind the scenes pictures, and
But imagine you did something crazy.
Yep.
Imagine you actually gave us $3. You can do that on the Patreon.
You can also give us $3.
You can give us $7 even.
And if you do that, you'll get a weekly podcast every
Give us
single week.
$10.
And if you do that, you'll get a video version of that podcast.
You can also, I get nervous even saying the number. You can give us $90.
You can give us $90 a month, and if you do that, you'll get everything that I just said, plus you will get a free piece of merch every time we drop merch, which, these hats are coming soon. The hat that
It's
Alex,
keyed out.
It's kind of
You
keyed out.
wish you could see the color of it.
You wish you could
There's
see that.
a picture of this hat
beautiful
in the
mint
Discord.
green.
You will get a free one of those if you join the $90 tier, but you will also get a shout out at the end of every single episode of the Everything Now Show, including this one. So thank you to our current $90 tier subscribers, the Hot Dog
Caboose.
Standees.
Sentinel, Creative Steve, Rewardian, New Dark 90, Awesome Sauce, Turd Too Big for Toilet.
Yep.
Thank you to all of you.
Incredible
You
generosity.
keep the lights on here, truly.
God bless you.
And yeah, you'll be good. And again, you don't gotta be a hot dog standee. You can give us $3.
Yep.
Not to those guys. You all have to stay there. But you could just give us $3 a month. It's not that big a deal, and it makes me less anxious all the time.
Yep. But with all of that housekeeping out of the way, is there anything else we need to tell people about?
Follow all the socials and stuff. But no.
Cool.
Tonight was a great episode. Yeah, it was a great. And yep. End of story. Shut the lights off.
And it was made great by two incredible guests.
So John and Chaz, come on out
John,
here.
Chaz, get on out here. Come on into the Everything Now Show dollhouse.
Welcome. Thank you for doing the show. You were both so dang good. We have your Instagram handles there, but is there anything specific you'd like to plug or promote?
If you're in Los Angeles on August 12th,
August 12th, or it streams online.
Or
it also streams online.
These people watch streams.
We are doing a 2-person sketch show at UCB on August 12th at 7 p.m.
Yep.
We wrote it and
And I
acted
act in it, and
It's
the
What's-
character you did does not make an appearance.
Damn.
Oh, shoot.
I keep actually trying to write that character into things, and people don't let me do it.
Well, that's the good news about here. You can just
beauty of
spring it on
everything
us.
now.
We can't stop you.
I
What's the
also-
name of the show? The show on August 12th.
It's
Remembering
John and
Chaz.
Chaz.
Remembering John and
His
Chaz.
name went first.
My name went. I don't know why.
Wow.
It's a funeral
Political.
thing for us. It's a funeral for us.
Oh damn! I wish we have a funeral format. It's fine. We'll get it next
Cute.
time.
No worries.
What were you saying?
Oh, I also I have a YouTube channel where I put sketches on called I'm Sorry What.
I'm sorry. What?
I'm sorry.
Subscribe on YouTube.
Look it up on YouTube and follow both of these guys on Instagram. Check out their stuff. Stream their show if you don't live in LA. And if you do live in LA, come on down to the UCB Theater and check it out live.
Yay.
Chaz, anything?
Just that.
All right. Cool.
Just that.
Respect.
Alex, who we rating?
Boss Bug.
Boss Bug KC.
Charity stream tonight for Boss Bug KC. They're raising money for a very good organization that I am forgetting the name of right now. Jurla. So go hang out in there, give some money if you can, and we'll see you back here tomorrow at 1 p.m. Benny
Bye,
Wayne
buddies.
Sully's. It's Benny Wayne Sully and it's Flight Risk.